Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are in the big wide world. It's Klevgrand Christmas, my fellow Watts. And this is How to App on iOS, and my name is Jade. And we're gonna look at some compression. And we're going to try and make compression not boring. Okay, can it be done? I don't think so, but I'm going to give it my absolute best to make compression not boring, because it totally is one of the most boring things on the planet, in my opinion. Because less is always more. That is the key to compression. I always say that, always stick by that, and always think you should stick by it as well. So, if you are watching over there on Facebook, I feel bad for you, because it's such a miserable place, especially if you have to listen to your old grandpa's rants about his political views and all that crap. And just remember, it is Pudmas. It's Pudmas this year. So if you're over there on Facebook, come over here to YouTube at youtube.com/Jade. So you can always catch up on the show as well at howtoapponIOS.com. It live streams there every morning. You can catch up on playlists and all that jazz and all that fancy stuff as well. Okay. I can see a lot of carrots in the room. There's a lot of carrots, man. A lot of carrots. Let's say hello to the folks in the chat here. Gary Hobbs says, initially, I've got your lawnmower, you cobber, but no one's answering the door. Well, I tried, got to go. What, man? I waited and waited and waited. What the hell is going on? Daddy Broderick, Russ, 8889, Lady Rudeline, straight. Gino Therese, how's it going, man? Who else as I scroll down this list? Even me, I said hello. Dr. Shorters is in the house. Ed Zielinski, Pete Johns has carrots for everybody. Alex Backus, howdy do. Tom Rochelle, howdy do. Howdy doodly diddly do. Did I say Alex? I did. No, Alex Backus. Who else was scrolling? Keep on fucking scrolling. Oh, I did swear. Paying to get. Paying to get is here. Coldacre is here. How's it going? How's the new house, Coldacre? All good? Coldacre moved into a new house. It's cool. I'm going to go there and cause havoc. Benedict Stewart, Stu Cash, Thomas Gillane Music. How's it going, Thomas? Ravenscroft is back. I'm sure you're very happy about that. And, man, this list gets longer each day. Sasha, hello. Good to see you. And you know what? It's super hard for me today. I'm going to tell you a little story as I'm at the bottom. So I woke up today with a migraine and I couldn't see. Really good stuff. Very, very blurred vision. I normally have very blurred vision because of my eyesight, but this was extremely, really bad. I still can't see properly. Lucky I've got stronger glasses. I think during my sleep last night, I got a little more blind somehow. I have no idea how that could happen, but it's really creepy to wake up one day and all of a sudden your eyesight is like heaps worse than it was when you went to sleep. So it's been a very odd morning. I don't even know how to deal with it. I haven't processed it yet. So I've got my glasses on and everything seems to be totally okay for now. Interesting stuff. So at least I can see right now. I just made it back with my coffee too. It's running a little bit late. All right, so I've got a few things to cover this morning. Before we get into it, let's jump over to... I don't need to go there. I want to go here. Don't need to go to my social Bible to see my stats on YouTube. Now, that's a really creepy thing. You can go and look up how much people make on YouTube. It's very creepy. Okay, so let's look at what apps are on sale. Hello, Ed B. Welcome. Hey, Christy, how are you? Are you over there on Facebook or are you here on YouTube? All right, let's have a look. So here's the apps that have dropped. Deep Cam, how are you? Deep Cam. Cam's deep. Cam just dropped a new song yesterday. So did Russ as well. Man, you guys keep dropping fantastic music. I can't keep up. Hopefully Pete will play it on Your Music Live, even though it's not a Christmas thing. But yeah, Cam dropped an awesome song yesterday. Russ dropped an awesome it's a Christmas song. Yeah, it is. Is it? Oh man, I can't think. Hey, Danny Broderick. So let me get my shit. What's going on? Get my crap together. So Basilicious 2 is on sale, and I'm actually going to do a review of this very soon. I think it dropped in price too. I think there's been an update for it as well. I can't remember. IFX Rack is something I have in my little list here, but I haven't looked at it yet. Hello, Auntie G. My Auntie G's here. Hello. Oh, that's my Gladys Worthington voice, so that wasn't pretending to be you. What else is here? A few more. So there's a few Klevgrand. A few guitar apps here from Nembrini. So there's a whole bunch of Nembrini apps that have dropped on, if you have a look there. So the 8180 Monster Tube, which I've done a look at before, that's half price. Whole bunch of Nembrini stuff. Remember, folks, we're at Christmas, right? No, you don't sound like that. So, folks, remember, we've just gone through Black Friday, but if you're not aware of this, each year the App Store closes down for it's about a week and a bit. It used to be 2 full weeks, right? So what happens is all the prices on the App Store freeze. So over the next couple of days, you're going to see a whole bunch of drops in prices for particular apps, mainly games, funnily enough, because it's Christmas and they try and hit kids. But you're going to see a bunch of music apps drop down in price too. And the good news is that once the App Store closes and goes into lockdown, those prices will freeze over that complete time until the App Store reopens. So I think it's about a week and a half or so. So remember, go to the link in the description to where I am here at appslice.co and save the link in my description. And you can just click it every day and it will show you, look at all this stuff that's been updated since yesterday. All the FAC, Phaser, Bandit, Maxima, Transient, they've all dropped a couple of dollars down too. So there's a FAC Chorus, Evolver. So there's a whole bunch of Agonizers come down $10 as well. So all these have dropped just in the last 24 hours since we hung out with each other. All right. It looks like there's like 3 pages of them. I hope apps wear masks in the lockdown, Alex. I don't want to catch the app virus. Like there's an app virus. Wouldn't it be so much better if there was an app virus instead of the horrid one that we have? And remember, Cubasis is on sale as well too. So they've just dropped. An update. 3.2 just came out yesterday. It's all running really smooth, really nice. I'm going to look at it next week after Christmas because I want some time to, spend a bit of time between, me and Cubasis. Sexy times. What the am I doing? Anyway, so there you go. There's a quick look. And Gino Therese asks, what site is that, Jade? App Slice. It's appsliced.co. So there's a link in the description. And what I've done with the link, I've actually made it so it's only music apps. So if you go to that link in the description, click on it, and then save it to your favorites, it'll just search music each time you click on that link each day or go to your favorites. That's all I do. See, I just go here each day, scroll down to the little apple, and there it is. It just shows me what's new each day. Updates. Magnifico! Alrighty. So is there anything else I need to cover? Pete mentioned it in his show just gone. The Guitar to MIDI app was updated to AUV3 this month. I didn't get a chance to have a look at it. I'm going to load it up quickly today. Was there anything else in the App Store that I updated? Let's have a look at my updates because I have so many apps on this device. So not much from yes. Oh, what I wanted to show you too I haven't done it yet, but look at this. So, Documents by Riddle. If you use Documents, I've done a show on it. Go search for it. It's free. It's an amazing app, right? Look what they've added to here. Documents gets fantastic update for its video player. Now you can extract audio from video within the Documents app. That's a really cool feature. So get an MP3 file with the sound while your original music remains untouched. So extract audio from video. That's cool. What a cool free little option to add to Documents by Riddle. Yeah? So if you don't have that, look, it's a whole bunch of other stuff they've added. So Chromecast support as well for watching. A whole bunch of video updates. So if you watch movies in it, it can go direct to Chromecast. Yeah, I'm really impressed by that, Tom Rochelle. Very, very cool. Looks like I mentioned yesterday, AUM's had an update as well, and there's heaps of stuff in there, so go grab that. All right, let's get down to this compression stuff, because compression is a contentious issue, I know, and I'm going to kick off by saying, all right, I'm not an expert on compression, all right? Let's just put that out there straight away. And let's say about 80% of people who talk about compression aren't either. Okay? Because like music and musical taste and any kind of taste with creative ventures or artwork or anything like that, it's subjective. Because we all have different ears, different shaped ear holes, different stuff. We're all different, but we're all warts. We all rise together. We're all the same underneath the blood and all that stuff, all right? We're still same color blood in our hearts and all that stuff. But we hear things different. So take with a grain of salt what I'm going to show you today and talk about, because to cover it all in such a short amount of time is really, hard to cover. But I'm going to try and break it down. And you know what? This app that we're looking at today really helps if you don't understand compression, because like a lot of Klevgrand apps, they try to make it easy for you and spell it all out. And they hide all the stuff, like we've experienced over the last couple of days with their apps. They hide all the fancy weird stuff in the background so you don't have to worry about it. Okay, so what shall we start with today? I reckon we're going to start with, we're going to open AUM, and we'll go full screen for you. There you go. Okay, and I'm going to bring in first I'm going to bring in some piano, yeah? So last night I was tooling around with some piano, and I recorded a piece of piano, and using an app. I'm going to, so just so you know what I'm doing, I'm going to the file player here, and I'm going to import a file. I'm going to select loop, so it just goes in a loop. And I'm going to scroll down here and find this piece of piano, and this will be it here. And we'll give it a play. Nice. Welcome to the show, folks. You know, I first saw compression across the bar and thought, I could buy her a drink. She looked at me, and I went over and I put on the squeeze. And boy, did compression like to be squeezed. All right, that was stupid, but that's me. All right, so now we'll go down here and we're going to grab Korvpressor. So you heard that. There was no compression or anything like that. Just a basic piano track. We'll do a search here. Korvpressor. Okay, and we'll take this back to the start. And here is Korvpressor. Here's what you're going to get. So when you've, if any of you have ever recorded music, which I'm sure most of you have, you know what a waveform is, okay? There's your waveform, and it has all these peaks and all these highs and low peaks all the way throughout the whole file, all right? And sometimes it looks like a big sausage, like this. Just like a big sausage like that. And it's kind of like that. All right? That's what this app does for you. It actually creates what the WAV file is going to look like with compression. Okay? So you've got these sections here. 3 little sections like this. One there, and one in the middle. So that looks like a lolly. That looks like something you wouldn't take from a stranger on the street. Hello there, little girl. Would you like a lolly? Yeah. Don't do that. Okay, so with this app, this section here, this first section, is the input. What is going into the actual, into this compressor here. This bit on the outside is the output. Very simple to look at. And the little bit in the middle is called squeeze. And this is you compressing it down. That is you squashing it down. Very simple controls. If anything else, if you don't want to know anything else, you just want a quick way to compress, that's all you really need to know with this app, okay? The other thing down the bottom here on the right-hand side is you've got an EQ. Pretty simple stuff. You've got your bass, your mid, and your treble. So you can turn these around. So you've got a little EQ system there. That's all good. Hey, if you don't know anything, and I'm not even going to go into this today because too many people will go into, well, you've got your attack and your ratio and your release. No, this is a Klevgrand app. They just want to make it as easy and simple as pie. So we're just going to use it how it is, right? Not even going to cover it. Now, we have limiting as well, which limiting gives a brick wall to stop it from going over a certain level, all right? So you guarantee that it's never going to get louder than what you choose. I'm just going to leave that on. See, this is what Klevgrand have done here. They haven't given you any other option except a limiter here that just says brick wall on, off. On, off. That's Klevgrand, right? Okay, so now we've got this piano track here. I'm going to turn off Korvpressor. Let's pull it out of the mix here. And let's start playing this piano, and let's see what we can do to this piano to give it a bit more oomph. Yeah, a bit more oomph. I'm going to give it a bit of squeeze. Can you see what's happening there? Just going to pull down that output. Now when I start to squash it in the middle, okay, what you'll notice as I'm squeezing that down, what it's doing is it's pulling any of the low frequencies in that wave. It's trying to bring them up to everything that's high. So it's trying to even it all out. But the more I do it, the more I squeeze it, the more I squeeze it down and down and down and down and down. What happens is it starts to bring everything up, even the noise, the floor background sound. So you start to get like a hiss in there. You start to get this thing called pumping in there because it's trying to bring up the little silences between all of the actual music and everything. All right. So it's getting crazy, and that's where you get that this pumping sound, because in those short spaces, the silences are trying to compete with the notes. So when a note stops, you're getting this like a breath, like a vocal breath. Here, listen to it again. Right, now pumping, right, is not a bad thing. pumping can be used for specific instruments. You may have a drum kit that you're using, right? And you want to turn that drum kit into like a really, get a unique sound out of it. So it's not a bad thing when it's used with particular instruments. But if, say, you're doing a master of a finished track, okay, you don't want to squeeze the absolute out of it, right? There's no point squeezing the absolute out of a finished mix. No way, because then you're going to absolutely ruin the mix. But say you've got like a death metal vocal that you want to get some, you've got some distortion on it and you really want to bring the craziness out of that vocal, then you might want to squeeze it so you get the breaths in there as well. And I'm going to show you what I mean with those breaths. So with this piano, you can hear, and let's just play it again. And I'll show you with how you can change the EQ on this to get some different tones out of it. Remember, you've got your input here. Now you can see the WAV as well. It's giving you an indication of how loud it is going in, what's happening with the compression in the middle, and how it's coming out at the end. Right, so you can pull the output down a little bit too. And you can see, as I'm squeezing it, it's thickening up that last part out here. So the finished product is, everything's a bit more even. Now we'll play with the EQ a bit. Let's smash some bass. You can remove it. Mids. So essentially, people look at things like, Final Touch and all these apps to do mastering and stuff. Really, you can master anywhere you want. You can master a track in GarageBand. You can master a track here in AUM. You could use this, and then you could use maybe a finishing thing like we looked at yesterday, like Lux, or you can add some effects on. You could do a master essentially in here. You don't need to do a master in a specific mastering app if you have a whole bunch of compressors and stuff. So always keep that in mind. There are no rules around how you have to master a song. You can try a whole different variation of ways to master music, master individual, compress individual tracks and all that kind of stuff. So you can use this not only on individual tracks, you can use this on a finished song, which we'll look at too. So now that we've got this piano in here, let's add another track. Let's add a vocal track. So I'm going to hit, where are we? Hardware input number 1. Let's see if I do have some sound on this microphone. So I'll turn off this one and I'll just take a little step over to the other microphone. Just bear with me a moment. Okay. Hello. Hello, baby. Yeah. So now I'm on my other microphone, and make sure we've got some volume here. Okay, so this is my Steinberg compressor mic. So this, I'm on my Steinberg microphone, and so this has no compressor or anything going through it at all. So now I'm going to add the Korvpressor over here, and watch what this does. It's going to be very lovely. It's going to be very lovely. So here it is just on its basic setting. I'm just going to pull down the squeeze. Hello. Oh, wow. Look at that. Jeez. Isn't that a bit different? Hello. 1, 2. Hello. Hello. See how dead that was before? Hello. Hello. And again, with compression, less is more. Less is more. You really don't want to overdo it. Unless that's the effect that you're going for and you want to bring some craziness to a vocal. See how I've brought that down? Now see how the outs, you can hear that floor, you can hear the noise really well. And it's pumping, so every time I speak and then when I breathe, this is how the pumping effect, because it's so squashed down. so squashed. So you're hearing the noise in the background, you're hearing my breath that's overpowering everything. But again, when we pull it back out here, it's much better. Let's just turn it off and hear the difference. Bang, hello, 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 hello. And much brighter sound. And again, with Korvpressor, we can even brighten it up with the treble here. So you've got that EQ there. And that's all you really need to know. Just to, very easy to play with this thing. So if you're feeling like you're a bit overwhelmed with compression and all that stuff, this is going to be a really good app for you. What I'm going to do is just add something a bit special here as well, because I want to make my vocals sing a little bit. So I'm going to scroll down and find Pro Q. I'm going to add this vocal, pull that back a bit. So there we go. Now I've just added a little bit of room reverb. And let's have a sing. Let's pull out the compressor, play this piano. I've got a feeling it's gonna be a bright, shining day for you and me. Ooh, so you can hear with no compression. My, yeah. Ooh, my, yeah. Oh, my, wow, yeah. Scared of that boot on, dead long, doon, dead about on. My. She don't got tomorrow, yeah. Pretty sick, yeah? And that, as you can tell, is, whoops, where did I go there? Hey. Oh, I had it turned off, that's why. Ooh. So, listen to that. You can, just with a little bit of compression, really add so much power to thicken that right up. Let's see. Let's add something else to it. I'll just flick over to... Okay, let's pull back this mic for a sec. We'll go back to the vocal in a tick. I'm going to skip, and thank you very much for the nice comments. I haven't warmed up at all. I really should warm up my voice before I attempt to do any singing in the morning. So I've got this little guitar part here as well on a loop. Let's pull out this Korvpressor here and hit play. Okay, let's give this a bit of squeeze and just see what happens. Now that's all I did. Immediately, the tiniest touch there, and we brought that sucker to life. So, again, just minimal, amounts. And Klevgrand, again, I can't praise this company enough, okay? Now, do I love everything they make? No, I don't love every app that everybody makes, but I love these apps where they hide all the simple stuff in the background, okay? Incredible. What a difference. Now if I throw in some vocals in there. Baby, I really thought that I would find you one day, but I know that I'm alone. I'm feeling like I'm so alone. I'm gonna be okay. I'm feeling like tomorrow, so far from me. Now I see what a difference pulling both of those out, yeah? Okay, let's turn that vocal down again. And there we are back again. Thank you very much, Pete Johns, for the super chat. You always feel welcome. Feel free to super chat if you like, but there's never any obligation whatsoever. I love you all for being here every single waking day. You're all so damn cool. Hello, Bubba. Anyone who I've missed in the chat. I'm trying to keep on top of that stuff, but... yeah, so look, very amazing the difference that you can get just from very, very simple stuff. And I'm going to keep driving it home because if you followed this show in the last 6 months, nearly 7 months, it's been a consistent thing. I will always say, less is more, less is more, less is more, less is more, less is more. And the ladies will know about this because we're taught this with makeup. As Marge Simpson says. Oh, no, I'm not even going to go there. Ladies pinch and whores use rouge. But anyway, Dr. Zorda says, I think you need to listen back to this one, Jade. Another great potential song you need to keep in mind. I have... Well, thanks, Dr. Zordas. Dr. Zordas. But yeah, I'm just making this stuff up. So let's add another effect in here. Let's add another instrument and see what we can do. So let's find... I'm going to use an inter-app audio this time. And I'm going to search for something we looked at last week. So soft drummer. So we'll throw in a drum kit, yeah? Let's bring it... Ooh. Hey. Yeah. We got some drums happening. So let's bring in the old Korvpressor. Let's see what we can do to make these drums a bit crazy. And we'll yeah. Let's actually go into song mode, and we'll just get this one going. There we go. Whoa! Now we can pull the output down here. So see what I mean? You can compress the absolute out of this. And you're going to get a totally different drum sound going on. Right, because as I said, what's going on there is it's pulling out other parts of the drum kit, like it's pulling the cymbals out, it's pulling like the air out of the room out, it's pulling the kicks, it's pulling the toms, and it's squashing all certain parts down. So it's bringing them all up to create these peaks and lows and squashing them all to get to make the drum sound like it's a completely different thing. So you can do this with a whole lot of different instruments to get an interesting sound. All right, but again, I'll reiterate, squashing the shit out of it like that is definitely not something you want to do for a mix, for, mixing music. Where'd my drums go? I've got to bring them back in, don't I? Hit play and go. So even if we bring in something crazy like, let's go to audio unit, let's pull in like this analog 909, and as you can see, we'll take off that compression. Let's bring in something like this. Okay. See what it's done to that bass drum? And when it's not compressed, the bass drum really overpowers everything. But when you squash the crap out of it, it's bringing up the hi-hat instead, that open hi-hat. So other parts of the drum kit become more audible. Cool. So, where can you use this thing? That's the question. So as you can see, I'm doing all this in AUM. And if that's unfamiliar to you as well, rest assured, you can actually use this in GarageBand. You can use this in anything because it's an AV3 plugin. So if we just open up here, I've got a vocal set up here. We can just go into our plugins and EQ on this vocal track. Not a problem at all. Audio unit extension, search for Korvpressor. I can't see anything today, thanks to my horrible vision. Where are you? There you are, right there. And now it's set up in here. Hey Dean, how you going? Good to see you. Anyone else I've missed? Let me know in the chat, and I'll try to say hello to you. So again, we've got this vocal in here. Looks like we can turn this on. Hello. Okay, so let's skip mics again. Just to show you an example in GarageBand, because I know many of you use GarageBand, so it is important to show it in here. So here's our microphone. Doesn't sound anything special. Once again, we bring in the old Korvpressor and squeeze it. That's it. That's all we need. Good stuff, yeah? Nice and bright. And we've got no other effect. This is just the plain microphone. The fun setting. So again, I can add some reverb in here. Hello. Even though I don't like this reverb. Well, I can feel it. Well, it's gonna be a good day. Ooh, yeah. My heart. We'll throw in a smart piano. See how that goes. One sec. Oh, wow, this gives me a chance. Hang on a minute. Have you ever had this problem before? I love that this has popped up right now. Have you ever opened up GarageBand, folks, and when you've gone to hit the autoplay, the autoplay's really fast? Have you ever had this before? And no matter what you've done, you're thinking, hang on a minute, this shouldn't be playing that fast. It's only set at 120 BPM. Do you want to know why that is? Because I remember the first time this happened to me, and I was like, what the hell is that? It is because I've got stuff running in the background. See that as I close stuff out? And now it's back to normal. So if you've ever come across that before, you've got stuff in the background that's hogging up the MIDI, that's tying up the MIDI, and that's why that happens. Okay, so let's just throw down here. We'll do an F. So we'll hit record here. Cool. Now let's throw on in this piano. So we'll go to plugins and EQ on this piano track, and we'll throw in a Korvpressor on here as well. So we've got one on the vocal, K, nearly at the end of the show. So this will be the last thing I'm going to do on this. Let's hit play. I can see through sunlight, I can see a brighter day for you and me. I can see it's gonna be a brighter day. So very easy stuff. Ooh. Anyway, I think you get... Let's just do this. Bye. So I think you get the picture, right? Very easy to use. I didn't even go through any presets. There's a heap of presets as well. Heaps and heaps of presets. I don't even think I need to do it, do I? Because it's Korvpressor... Let's Can I open it as a standalone? I can't do it as a standalone. There you go. So when you open it as a standalone, you get a user manual, so you can go and have a look. Nice and simple. Nice and simple. There it is, straight to Klevgrand's website. So if you want to learn, there's documentation here, so you can download the documentation as a PDF as well. So you've got all that kind of stuff there. Also, let me just go back into AUM and just add it as an effect here, just to show you, because I didn't actually do that, because I didn't need to. But we'll just Korv, and then we'll do this giveaway. Yeah. Okay, so we'll make it a bit bigger, kind of. So you've got all these presets, plenty of them. Look at this. So you've got full master presets just for overall master. You've got drum presets, vocal presets, bass presets, keys, guitar presets. I didn't even look at an electric guitar, what you can do with metal sounds. And we can explore that. Maybe let's just do one more thing here, just to wrap out, because I did want to do this. I'm going to hit File Player, and we'll grab a whole song. I think I've got a whole song here that hasn't been mastered. Let's see. I think this. So here's a mix of one of my songs, The Cool Change. I'm sure this is unmastered. Let's grab this. And let's just do a compression on this as well. So let's give it a play. So as you can see, that was really quick, yeah? Because you don't want to sit there and agonize over this kind of stuff. Right? Not only will you destroy your ears, and you know, I've said this in many other shows, when you're mastering or even mixing down and stuff, try and limit this stuff to, I always say 13 minutes for myself because I just like that number. 13 to 15 minutes if you're doing a mix down or a master. Don't screw your ears up, because what'll happen is you sit there swatting over it for hours and hours, then you go to bed, you wake up the next day, you go back to it, and it sounds like absolute crap. Okay? And as you can see, I didn't even use any presets. But if I wanted to, let's just go to these master presets for music, so a subtle boost, and let's just click through some. Because you just want to bring your song to life a little bit. That's all. That's all that mastering and stuff, this kind of thing does. You just want to give it that little bit of va-va-va-va-boom. Right? So that's all you really want to do. And you know what? Experimentation is best. Make hundreds and thousands of mixes. Make heaps of masters. You know, you can delete them. There's no pressure. Don't feel like a failure if you do one. Like if I ran this off right now as a master and then went and looked at the file and it was all blocky and it was all one big sausage and it sounded like shit, I can delete it. You know what? It's no worry. You just get on with it and try a different approach. So anyway, that's Klevgrand's Korvpressor. It's really amazing. It's really cool. It's fantastic for anybody who may be scared of compression. I hope you've got a little bit of knowledge out of a little bit more understanding about compression. All right, but the thing is, don't overthink it. Don't overthink it. Less is more, and you just want to make your song just sing a little bit brighter and a little bit louder. That's all it does. It's just giving it that bit of pop to make it sound like a pro recording. Absolutely. Yes, exactly what Pete Johns has written here in the chat. Unlimited retries. It's like an arcade machine where somebody's left the coin slot opened. And you can just keep pressing the button, man. Keep playing Donkey Kong over and over. Boom, 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 boom. Jeez, I'm showing my age now, yeah? Donkey Kong. Donkey Kong. Those kids in their Donkey Kong. Oh dear. So yeah, look, it's a really good compressor. I used it on my my MEtheist EP. I used it on all of the vocals. All the vocals on the MEtheist EP, I used it. But I used a lot of compression because I was doing a lot of these growls. I used it to really squash those down and really get like a flat sausage for those vocals. And then I went back and chopped out all the breaths because I'd compressed it so much that all the breaths were like, so you'd hear a and then you hear these really loud breaths. So I had to go into the song and actually try and cut out as many of the breaths as possible because I wanted that compressed sound, and I couldn't get it any other way unless I went in and chopped out those breaths. These are the things you have to do sometimes to get a mix that you want to sound really, really cool. All right, so let's get on with the giveaway for yesterday's app, which is Bruce Free, yeah? Again, we're giving away 2 copies of this. Oh, I hate that. I'm giving away 2 copies of this. I hate it when people who have channels say we are, and it's just one person show. So I'm giving away 2 copies thanks to Klevgrand, who've offered these up for all of you. Now, I need to clarify one thing before we do this. Now, in the spirit of fairness, nothing else, nothing more, and in the spirit of Wart, we all rise together, because we are doing this giveaway over these 4 days in a row, and it's only for this week. If you were a winner on yesterday's show and you left a comment for this, I've decided to cancel anybody who's won on any of the other Klevgrand shows. You can't win on any of those. I want everybody to have a fair chance to at least, so 8 different people, okay, get an app. So Nina won yesterday, and and Lou won yesterday, and I know Nina's put in for today, but I'm just doing it this way because I want everyone to have a chance to win. So if you've won one out of the Klevgrand apps, it is what it is. They're my rules. I'm making them. So if you don't like them, I'm sorry. It's Christmas and I want as many people to come away with a gift. So I just think it's unfair if somebody comes up with a double win kind of thing. You know what I'm saying? Sound good? I think it's fair, and they're my rules, and that's how it rocks. Yeah? Cool. All right, so let's bring up this, because we're going to need that. We're going to need to bring up this, and we're going to need to bring up our random number generator. So, I think it's fair. And Nina was in here at number 4 because she entered for this one as well. And it's nothing against you, Nina. I know you'll be watching the show. Anyway, I've explained it. I don't need to explain again. And look at that. It's worked out. We've got 25 people in today's show. Remember to make sure before each day's show to go in and enter if you want a chance to win. All right. So make sure you remember that, because I hate people like getting here and going, oh, I forgot to enter. All right, so, and if you do ever want to be able to enter the competition straight away after the show, because what happens is the video takes a fair while to process. You can go to my community tab on my YouTube page, click the community tab, and there's a link that takes you to the video of the day's video. Right, that's how you get to it before it's been processed to leave a comment. Secret squirrel tricks, yeah. Cool. So let's give away 2 copies of this. So everyone's here. Generate. Let's do this magic stuff. Number 9 is Ian Ed. Oh, is Doctor's Orders. Well done, Doctor's Orders. How did Doctor's Orders win? Doctor's Orders. Let me put a little star next to your name. Doctor's Orders. Oops, that didn't work. There we go. So the next one is number 6 is Patrick Chandler. So Patrick Chandler, there you go. Patrick Chandler, I don't think he's here today. So Doctor's Orders is here. Well done, Doctor. Well done, Patrick. Congrats. You've both got copies of Bruce Free. It's cool. Now, the way it's working, folks, we're doing this system the way Klevgrand want to do it. So all you got to do is email me at Jade at DreadCircus.com. I'll actually send you a message to where you've left a comment. So I'll let you know, and then you email me, and then I send all the info to Klevgrand, and then they're going to send me all the apps. So you may not get it today or tomorrow, and then I'll get all the apps together. This is just the way they're doing it, so don't fret. You should have them by Christmas. Anyway, I'm over explaining. just send me a message. We'll get it all sorted. So if you want to win a chance, have a chance to win Korvpressor, do the same thing. Subscribe if you haven't. Like the video. Please hit the like. It makes me happy. And what else do I have to cover? And leave a comment on this video. Go to the community tab to find the video, and then you can leave a comment straight away and then forget about it until tomorrow's show. Tomorrow, what are we looking at? We're looking at, of course, folks, I'm sure a lot of people are going to want this. We are looking at grand finale. So we're looking at an actual mastering suite from Klevgrand. There it all is in all its glory, happiness. So that will be the final app that we are looking at tomorrow for this Klevgrand Christmas special. Then on the day after, we're doing a rant. And then I've decided for Christmas Day, it will be Christmas Day here in Australia. I don't really celebrate Christmas. So Christmas Eve for all of you, I'm going to do a special live show and sing you all some Christmas carols, yeah? Ah, ba 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 boom, ba 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 boom, 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 boom. So I hope you're all excited about that. It's going to be weird. Good times. Yeah, so I'm going to spend my Christmas Day with you in the rest of the world for Christmas Eve. So, cool. Is that all I have to cover? I think so. Uh-oh, there's music. Thank you, my fellow warts. Remember, we all rise together. Look after each other. Care for each other. Keep making heaps of cool music because, man, you blow me away, all of you. Thank you all for your support. You all rock my world so much. I love seeing you each and every day. Keep doing the things that make you happy. Stick around for How to Song with Joey on his channel. We all rise together. We all rise together, yeah. We all rise.